2008, the world stood on the edge of silence. Banks collapsed, empires begged, and the illusion of stability, that fragile dream we called the economy, shattered overnight. People lined the streets outside locked institutions, staring at glass towers that once represented trust. Governments panicked. They printed what did not exist, borrowing time from a future that would never repay it. And in the shadows of that collapse, a signal appeared. Not a riot, not a protest. A file, 9 pages long, a whisper disguised as code. This is the story of Bitcoin. For millennia, humanity has worshipped the same invisible god, money. It ruled kings, funded wars, built cities, destroyed nations. Yet few ever asked what it truly was. Money was never real. It was belief clothed in symbols. Paper, metal, numbers on a screen, all powered by the same fragile energy, trust. We trusted banks to guard it, governments to value it, systems to record it, and every time, power twisted that trust into control. When the system failed in 2008, Satoshi didn't print new promises. He wrote new laws in code, 31,000 lines of digital scripture that said, truth does not need permission. That idea was dynamite, because if truth can exist without authority, then authority itself becomes obsolete. Bitcoin wasn't born in comfort, it was forged in chaos. No CEO, no central bank, no borders, just a decentralized swarm of machines, each one agreeing not on who to trust, but on what is true. Every 10 minutes, the network breathes, a heartbeat of computation, proof of work, a ritual where electricity becomes honesty, slow, deliberate, incorruptible. Because real trust must cost something. That cost is what keeps it real. 21 million coins, not one more. An unbreakable law written once, enforced forever. No inflation, no rescues, no manipulation. Scarcity as rebellion. In a world addicted to printing, Bitcoin said no. At first it was dismissed, a toy for hackers, digital nonsense. But revolutions never announce themselves. They creep in as experiments. Someone paid 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas. A joke at the time, a monument now. Because that trade proved the impossible. Value could exist without permission. From that moment, the spell of centralization began to crack. The bankers laughed, the governments ignored, but the code kept running, block by block, truth by truth. Most people never learn what money really is. They're taught to chase it, not to question it, because to question money is to question power, and power survives through ignorance. Money is not wealth, it is control, a system of faith maintained through fear, work, consume, obey. Bitcoin broke that circle. It replaced faith with verification, obedience with mathematics. No middlemen, no priests of finance, just a network that cannot lie. That's what makes it terrifying, because truth, once released, does not go back to sleep. With Bitcoin, ownership changed forever. 12 words, your seed phrase, can hold a fortune. Value stored not in vaults, but in memory. No bank, no border, no approval. Governments can freeze accounts, seize gold, ban cash, but they cannot arrest math. For the first time in history, you can own something completely, not symbolically, not legally, literally. That realization divides humanity into 2 groups, those who understand and those who still kneel. Because Bitcoin isn't just currency, it's consciousness. A shift from dependency to sovereignty. In Argentina, families flee collapsing pesos by saving in Bitcoin. In Nigeria, people trade across forbidden borders with QR codes and hope. In Venezuela, workers get paid in satoshis because their national money dies every sunrise. They don't care about charts, they care about survival. A smartphone becomes a vault. A string of code becomes freedom. And somewhere in an office of polished marble, a politician calls it dangerous. He's right, it is dangerous to him, because Bitcoin gives people the one thing power cannot tax: independence. For centuries, banks were the gatekeepers of civilization. They decided who may create value, who may receive it, who may keep it. They were the temples of money. But every temple built on control eventually burns. Bitcoin set fire to that altar. Each transaction outside their walls is an act of defiance. Each block confirmed is a vote for freedom. You can outlaw an institution. You can arrest a man, but you cannot outlaw mathematics. You cannot handcuff an idea. That is why Bitcoin cannot be stopped, because it doesn't exist in one place. It exists in all of us. Kill one node, 10 more rise. Ban it in one country, it blooms in another. Like truth, once known, it cannot be forgotten. But the true revolution isn't financial, it's psychological. Bitcoin forces responsibility back into your hands. There is no forgot my password, no customer service, no bailout. You are the bank, you are the system. Freedom sounds romantic until you taste it. Then it feels heavy because it means you alone are accountable. And that weight is what makes it real. Bitcoin doesn't care about comfort. It cares about truth. It will never lie to you, but it will test you. When the price rises, it tempts your greed. When it falls, it tests your faith. It reveals who you are beneath the noise. Each block is a heartbeat. Every 10 minutes, another pulse of incorruptible order. While nations argue, while markets panic, the network keeps building, block after block, a monument to persistence. It's not fast, it's not convenient, but neither is evolution. Progress isn't about speed, it's about survival. And Bitcoin survives everything. Bans, crashes, media attacks. It absorbs chaos and grows stronger. Because it doesn't depend on belief in people, it depends on belief in principle. Governments hate that. They thrive on manipulation, on the illusion that they control the narrative. But Bitcoin gives them no such comfort. It replaces their favorite tool, the money printer, with mathematics they cannot rewrite. Inflation is their silent weapon, a hidden tax on time itself. Every printed dollar steals hours from your life. Bitcoin ends that theft. 21 million, no exceptions, no negotiations, final. In a world built on endless debt, finiteness itself is revolution. They call it volatile, unstable, a bubble. They said the same about the internet, about electricity, about freedom. Every innovation looks impossible until it becomes inevitable, and Bitcoin is already inevitable. It reminds you that you don't need permission to exist in the economy. You don't need approval to create value. You don't need a system to define your worth. You were born free, you just forgot. And now like and subscribe for part 2